All right, Evan, welcome back for the episode of Carnivore Trades. Today's Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. If you're not done so already, please give the video a thumbs up. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. Anyways, let's get into it today. So, markets today, a little turnaround Tuesday. And you're seeing volatility finally wake up just a little bit here. See VIXY actually having a green day, a little dead cat bounce there. And definitely seeing some signs that we could be seeing some rotation under the hood. Am I expecting a huge day tomorrow? Not exactly, but we do have CPI, and I think there's a lot of things that are a little stretched here. Specifically, kind of like pair trades right now. What I mean by that is like long dollar, short metals, long Russell, long crypto, and short bonds. I think those are kind of stretched here as we get into CPI. Now, am I expecting a huge decline or a huge reversal or an unwind of that right now? Not exactly, but definitely seeing those seeds kind of being sown a little bit here. Microsoft inching up 1.3. Again, this is kind of a short Mag 7, right? Mag 7, money coming out of that. Apple has not done well lately. Semiconductors have not done well lately outside of NVIDIA, right? Even Broadcom's been a little soft the last couple of days. TSM's been down the last couple of days as well. We've noted ASML, AMAT, all the others here are not very strong here. Whereas the Russell's getting all that money flow, right? It's a growth trade right now. And CPI, again, set to come in at 2.4 tomorrow. We'll see if that's the case. If that comes in cool, though, you could see those things unwind a little bit faster. We're seeing a panic bid, right? Everybody's talking about FOMO and Bitcoin, but what about FOMO and the dollar? I mean, look at this thing. This is a big move for a currency here. And again, it's part of the Trump trade. I understand that. I'm well aware of how these things work. But you're also been pumping for 2 months into a volatility event. And again, it's overshot resistance. Sometimes that does happen. But who knows? If this comes in by the end of the week, back to 105.50, you could say it's a pretty good rejection, at least on the weekly chart. Well, that remains to be seen. It's just been getting this powering up bid here, finally starting to come in towards the end of the day, but no relent in the dollar index right now. When you look at other things though, like metals, silver coming in off of a nice pivot here. I do like silver here, and I like gold as well. These are just bounce plays. I'm not saying that they're necessarily we're going to go make new highs, but I think we're a little overdone here. In short bonds too. So ZB here down 1.2, ZN down 0.5%. We can look at the 2-year. We're close to my kind of max move, my target anyway. So there's 4.1. Maybe CPI comes in hot and we pop up there, and then that's it. But it seems like the market has priced that in. It seems like the worry now, right? The worry a week or two ago was, oh my God, there's going to be a contested election. Now the worry is like growth is hot, inflation's hot, we're behind on this trade. And we're starting to see maybe a little bit of unwind. Like I said, take a look at the Russell today. RTY engulfing, essentially, not above the high, but you ripped through that body pretty good. IWM outside move down. That's a possible evening star there. Right, so market may be a little bit stretched here. Positioning may be a little bit overdone. And I think maybe Mag 7 could be the beneficiary. I talked about this last week. If Apple joins the party, Microsoft is perking up a little bit today. If these guys join the party, you're going to see that, the market can still go higher, right? We can still have that crash up scenario that I told you guys would happen last week. And it's just a matter of what sectors are going to continue. But overall, breadth, kind of weak today. I believe, I don't have this up here, but I think we're mostly pretty weak though. Yeah, only a 164 advancers. So again, market soft, and that is kind of how rotation works sometimes. But we'll see if that ends up being the case. Right now, in the short term, just kind of going off of these ES levels here. And by the way, really nice day trade at catching the low of the day. We had a short on the ES earlier. Then we caught the low of the day in NQ. And nice move off the lows there. But it's pretty simple. So it's following level to level really well. Here's your level here, 60, 13 to 15, 60, 20. And then your high end is 60, 32. And these are all coinciding here with GEX levels too. So 6,000 SPX, right there, right? So we're right into that area. Bottom line, we are doing backing and filling. This market needs to cool off, and I think it will continue to do that. And I think you'll see some rotation under the hood, and there's definitely opportunities if you know what to look for here, especially if you know how these unwinds tend to work. Anyway, we'll see what we get. I did extend this trend line out. That could be a level, and I thought we might get there today. Maybe we'll get there later this week, but this is upsloping. There's going to be GEX at 59.50 at some point this week too. If we look at the spiders, it's going to be 590 area. I would expect is going to be pretty good. And I said that's probably the low of the week if we do even get down there. And we'll see if that. I don't even have that trend line drawn on here, but you can see, yeah, right there. So it could be like a pierce of 590. Or pierce of that trend line and then 590. Again, these are just general areas here to look for. So I would say here, if I had to pick, I mean, I'm not really like looking to buy the dip when we're only 40 points off the highs outside of day trades. But if I had to pick, I think NQ, QQQ is where you want to be, specifically in Mag 7 related names, if this rally is going to continue. That's just what I see right now. I think the IWM's pulled forward too many gains for now. It needs to digest. So outside move down there below 235, I think would be bearish. You do have a big, home base, the crime right there at 227. So if we were to go that far down, that would be your next level. We could also extend this out too. So I mean that would be a nice X marks the spot. I don't know if it's going to get there into the end of the year. I think we get to all-time highs, but right now, market does need to digest. Dow here, again, outside move down, kind of like the IWM. A little bit of a tail candle yesterday. We talked about that. And then, boom, like evening star set up there. SMH, again, down 82 basis points. This is still weak, right? It's still very weak compared to the rest of the market. However, weekly chart, it's not bad. Like, you can make a case. You just got like a sloppy consolidation pattern here. And again, if this catches up, you're going to see the Mag 7 rotate. Nobody cares about semis anymore, right? All anybody cares about is small caps, meme coins, and crypto, coins. And I saw a bunch of, people posting call activity on GME. God forbid that happens again, at least anytime soon. But again, this is kind of when things do the best is when you least expect it, right? So we'll see. Maybe these pick up again, and maybe cloud finally backs off. So this has been my champion ETF, as you guys know, but maybe it's finally time that rotates out. Time will tell. Dow transports here up, down 80 basis points. I still think these are fine. They do need to digest, though. So, like a lot of things. I'm going to cover rates again. You guys know where I stand on that. They're still fine. Maybe a little stretch, though, positioning-wise. XHB down 2.35, so a 120 rejection, so not good. So that's not good, but the weekly is still, you're still above all the moving averages for now. Obviously, if CPI comes in cool or if rates come down, that could be a positive here. Needless to say. Weekly VNQ, that's all I really care about. I don't really care about the daily. But tight channel looks good. Fins, also way overdone here. They need to back off. Way overdone. KRE, inside day today. And again, if this comes down, it's going to drag the Russell. KBE, all-time highs, but backed off of that today. And then broker-dealers also backing off, still in a very strong uptrend. Looks blow-off-esque. That doesn't mean it can't go higher, though. Oil, still hanging on here. So we sliced this trend line. Not great, right? Just not good. I think 67 is still support. And we'll see. If this is soft in the end of the year, could it make a nominal low? I guess it's possible. I know I've said that I think the lows are in, and I still maintain that. I wouldn't rule out a pierce of the low, I suppose. So maybe a double bottom. You could make a case you have like a head and shoulder here, but it's kind of at the middle of the chart too. So I don't really like head and shoulders when they're at the middle. Look at where it is. I mean, we've been going sideways for 2 years now. So I don't really see anything too terrible here for oil as long as it's above 67. I don't see anything tradable here either. XLE, down 28 cents, but not down a lot considering oil has been getting pounded the last 3 days, right? So Remember, I was talking about this for about a month or two. I was like, oil's up and XLE is barely positive or it's red. Now it's the other way around. So XLE outperforming, got higher highs despite being down today. You get through 95, I think this is off to the races. XOP, again, through the 200, probably needs a little more consolidation to get through that. And OIH, the same exact thing. But very nice up move, inside bar, needs the moving averages to catch up. And once it does, if it's still firm, it'll go higher. So I still maintain energy and liking energy here. CCJ, speaking of energy, nice. Finally got a nice, wake up here. Although it tried last, what was that, Thursday? And no follow through. So we need to follow through, break back above this trend line, and then we have a likely weekly higher low. NM, lower low here on the daily. But we'll see if it can firm up. Again, I want to see these on the end of the week, what they're doing. And URNJ, a little bit softer. I think a lot of people, this is what I think a lot of people FOMO'd in here, and that's why it's not going up right now. So when it hit my target of 27, I was a seller, right? Into that. We pierced the 618. So I think a lot of people FOMO'd in right there. Nat gas backing off today, but not bad, right? So 10% up day, pause day. I think if this consolidates overnight, maybe for another day or two, I think it breaks up. Positioning looks pretty good too. So commercials are big long, speculators are really short. We'll see if that continues. Dollar index, we already talked about, it's really stretched. Crypto FOMO, forget crypto FOMO. Dollar index, man. DXY, baby. Anyway, gold here. I still like this on the 4 hour. Nice little divergence there. And again, I see these kind of things going into CPI. This is kind of adding to my case here. Silver looks even better, believe it or not. This is actually the best performing precious metal today. Gold is down. Palladium, platinum, and copper are all getting pounded. And silver is up 0.75%. Got a nice little setup here into that pivot. Daily candle, tail, not bad. I think this is favorable to a bounce towards 32. Platinum, again, getting hit. Again, maybe a little bit hit too hard into CPI, but we'll see if that provides a pivot there. Palladium, still getting hit. That's what palladium does, is why you got to take gains on the way up. Again, could provide CPI could provide a reversal here. Maybe it touches the 786 first. Copper finally confirming to the downside here. There should be some support around 4.1, which we're not too far away from. But we got to watch this by the end of the week, though, because if this recovers and closes back above the green bar, it's still in play. But copper definitely showing some weakness here. And again, everybody piling into the dollar, everybody piling into this growth trade. What's copper saying? What's oil saying? What's RB saying? Not really doing it. Heating oil, right? These are all not really they're not exactly ripping higher. They're at odds with yields right now, and they're at odds with the dollar. So somebody's lying. All right. Bitcoin, again, so still really strong. A lot of people were taking a victory lap this morning. Like, I called the top, the guys who've been calling every top for the last, they've called 27 out of the last 0 tops. But good dip, and, I don't think there's a top in place at all. I think there could be, you could be seeing some distribution here with that big-ass tail there. Could this back off, tomorrow with CPI if this type of trade that unwinds that I'm talking about? Yeah, absolutely. But I still think it goes higher. So when I say there's an unwind going on, I'm not saying like, that's it, the market's crashing and it's over. Like, I'm just saying like in the near term, we're going to see some rotation, I think. But I still have had this minimum to 93 for a while. And members know that. It might go higher than that. It probably will. But in the short term, I certainly wouldn't be a buyer right now. But yeah, Bitcoin still really good. Dogecoin created a ton of value yesterday, tons of shareholder value. It is now a bigger market cap than Ford again. I mean, why not, right? If you bought Ford in 1997, you made no money. Yeah, you're heavily underwater here. You gotta hope that dividend pays. It's now has a larger market cap than 94% of S&P companies. And why not? It's actually going up, unlike all these other, junk companies. Anyway, all right, that's enough of that. All right, guys. Anyway, markets here. We'll see what we get tomorrow again. I think there's some arbitrage opportunities here and some rotation. Remember, it is OPEX week, so we're not expecting huge moves, but I think there's some stuff going on here under the surface, and we'll see what we get tomorrow. We'll see if I'm completely wrong or not. But I think the Russell's about done for the time being. If I had to pick something to be long, it would be NQ. Maybe even semiconductors. So, anyways, guys, I'll wrap it up here. Again, you guys take care. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com. Subscribe to the channel. You guys have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow.